Kentucky State Senator John Schickel, a law enforcement veteran who once ran Northern Kentucky's juvenile detention center, first sounded the alarm bells in July about the shutdown of the Campbell County Juvenile Detention Center. 2 months later, he says the problem isn't any better.
We have a critical problem in Northern Kentucky when it comes to housing juveniles in detention.
The juvenile center here in Newport had been closed entirely for months because of staffing shortages. So Northern Kentucky minors sentenced to detention had to be transferred to either Boyd or Breathitt counties, round-trip drives of up to 6 hours. Justice Cabinet spokesperson Morgan Hall says the center partially reopened recently and is accepting new female detainees. She tells us the center still only has about 50% of the staff it needs, but is recruiting heavily to add workers. Governor Andy Beshear told reporters this week the closure and slow reopening was done to keep both inmates and staff safe. Beshear also says a solution may be coming soon in this audio provided by his office.
We are close. I hope we are within 30 days from it. And what I think you'll see when it reopens is it will more likely than not house males again.
Males are still being shipped downstate, however, and females previously sent south are still being kept there. Schickel says he's doubtful of the governor's timeline.
What would you do to fix it? What would you do to get this open now?
Well, they could temporarily let probation and parole, bring in officers from probation and parole to temporarily man the facility. But I don't accept the fact that you can't hire employees. Every jail, police department is in the same crisis, and they're not closing their facilities.
Northern Kentucky law enforcement officers routinely need to drive the minors downstate, taking them off their shifts. Boone County Sheriff Major Philip Ridgel says it also impacts the offenders and their families.
They are not only separated from their family, they're not only separated from their community, from their support system. Of course, when you're dealing with a criminal matter, any legal representative.
Now, we've asked to see what it's like inside the center in Newport, but have not gotten yet permission to do that. I also asked the Justice Cabinet just how many Northern Kentucky minors have been transferred south since this all began, but did not get answers back in time for this story. Back to you guys.
James, thank you. The Minimum Security Center was built in 2016 and originally housed both male and female juveniles with a capacity of about 690. There was once a local detention center, but the state took control of the system about 20 years ago. Kentucky began housing male juveniles charged with serious crimes at 3 high-security centers around the state. There's a link to James's previous story on this issue inside this one at local12.com or on our free Local 12 app.
From breaking news to feel-good stories, Local 12 has it all. Tap subscribe and hit the links to find out more.